Hi everyone. Today's set is on pie charts and it's a rather easy one. Let's take a look at it. Answer the questions based on the information given below. The pie charts below give the percentage distribution of expenditure incurred by Hogwarts on promoting different sports in 2 years 2020-21 and 2021-22. So this pie chart is the pie chart of expenditures incurred on promoting sports in 2020-21. The total expenditure is given to be 720,000 pounds, and this pie chart is the expenditure incurred in 2021-22, where a total of 1,080,000 euros were spent on promoting these sports. I am sure you understand the pie chart. It states that 15% of 720,000 euros were spent on promoting cricket in this year. 10% of 720,000 euros was spent on promoting football in this year, and so on. Likewise, 15% was the percentage distribution out of 1,080,000 euros spent in 2021-22 on cricket. Now, we know that in such cases, it's very beneficial to take the ratio of the bases. Just to give you a brief idea of why we do this, it's because let's say I want to compare what was the percentage change in the expenditure incurred on promoting football from the first year to the second year. So while I need to calculate 10% of 720,000 euros in the first year, I would need to calculate 5% of 1,080,000 euros in the second year. We can do that. That's not difficult. This is 72,000 and this features to be 54,000, right? The only problem is that we'll need to do this calculation so many times that it will become frustrating at a point. Instead, if you realize that finally when you need to calculate the percentage change, all you need to do is you need to see 54,000 is how much percent of 72,000. So essentially the calculation becomes 5% of 10 lakh 80,000 euros is what percent of 10% of 7 lakh 20,000 euros. Now because these two bases will always cancel out their highest common factor and the ratio will be left. So I can simply think of this as 2x and this as 3x, and I can always get my calculations right because x will always get cancelled. As long as I'm not asked to find any value, I can always adopt this approach, and this will be much easier in terms of calculations. Let's go ahead and use this approach in a couple of questions so that you follow clearly what I'm telling you. The first question asks us to find which sport witnessed the maximum percentage increase in expenditure. Now, let's consider that this pie chart has a base 2x, whereas this pie chart has a base 3x. Now, cricket from 15% on 2x becomes 15% on 3x. That is, in a certain way, I can say this is 30x percent and this is 45x percent. Likewise, football becomes 20x percent on the first pie chart and 15x percent on the second pie chart. Hockey 10x percent to 60x percent. Badminton 40x percent to 45x percent. Tennis 50x percent to 60x percent, basketball 20x percent to 30x percent, and baseball 30x percent to 45x percent. You would realize that x percent is common to all these values, and therefore when we calculate, we don't need to really think about the x percent part of the numbers, because the percentage increase in cricket, though, can be thought of as final value 45x percent upon initial value 30x percent, but x percent will always cancel x percent. So all I need to pay attention on is 45 over 30. 45 over 30 is nothing but 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 1.5, which translates to a 50% increase. 50% increase in cricket. Likewise, we can calculate the increase in each of these sectors. Let's do that for all of the sectors and then see if we could have somehow eliminated all these calculations and still got our answers really fast. So cricket, football, hockey, badminton, tennis, basketball, baseball. Cricket 30 to 45, that's 1.5 times 50% increase. Football 20 to 15, that's 1/4 decrease or 25% decrease. Hockey 10 to 60, that's a 500% increase. Badminton 40 to 45, that's a 12.5% increase. Tennis 50 to 60, that's a 20% increase. Basketball 20 to 30, that's a 50% increase. Baseball 30 to 45, that's another 50% increase. And that brings us to conclude that hockey with a 500% increase is the sport which must have witnessed the maximum percentage increase in expenditure. The correct answer option C, hockey. While we could have done this to get our answer, you could also have thought, had the answer option none of these not been present here, I could have just calculated the percentage increase in each of the sports given in the answer options. But because none of these is given here, I cannot really do that. Hold your horses there. Think about it for another second. The sector on cricket did not increase at all. It was 15, remained 15. So the only increase that cricket witnessed would have been the witness that the base itself witnessed. And as the base has witnessed a 50% increase, so the sport cricket will also witness a 50% increase, which is what we've calculated here. In fact, if you could understand that, think about baseball. 15%, 15%. So there will be this, because the sector is not changing at all, the increase in baseball is the same as the increase in the base. Likewise, basketball 10%, 10%. So the increase in basketball is the same as the increase in the base itself. Notice that the sector of cricket, baseball, and basketball have remained the same over the years. In fact, the sector of football has decreased, so it will definitely not witness the maximum increase. The sector of badminton has also decreased, so it will also not witness the maximum increase. The sector of tennis is also decreased, so it will also not witness the maximum increase. So when we can easily eliminate all contenders and we can see clearly that hockey is the only sector that has increased, and that too phenomenally. The sector itself has become 4 times and the base has also become 1.5 times. So overall the sector would have witnessed a growth which is 6 times, that is a growth of 500%, which is what we got when we calculated the values. So if you can think like this, then you can save a lot of time in solving such questions. Let's go and solve the second question. From 2020-21 to 2021-22, which sport witnessed the minimum percentage increase in the expenditure? Now, we've already calculated the values. 50% minus 25%, 500%, 12.5%, 20%, 50%, 50%. Now you may get confused among whether should I mark football as my answer or badminton. Let's read the question again. Which sport witnessed the minimum percentage increase in expenditure? So are they asking about percentage decrease at all? No. So minimum percentage increase is in badminton, and therefore the correct answer will be badminton. Let's go to the next question. In each of 2020-21 and 2021-22, 12.5% of the total expenditure incurred was from winning proceeds, whatever that is. Okay, so of the total expenditure, 12.5% came from winning proceeds. What is the percentage increase in the expenditure incurred from winning proceeds from 2020-21 to 2021-22? So the winning proceeds was 12.5% of 720,000 euros here, and it was 12.5% of 1,080,000 euros here. And we've already discussed that we don't need to do this. We can simply think about 2x and 3x. Also, we've already discussed, because this percentage is the same, the only increase that will be there will be because the increase in the base. The increase in the base is 50%. Therefore, the answer should be 50%. Answer option C is the correct answer. Question number 4. What is the percentage increase in expenditure incurred on hockey from 2020-21 to 2021-22? Now, hockey, we've already calculated the percentage increase, which is 500%. The last question, in the pie chart shown for 2021-22, only 50% of the expenditure incurred on badminton was included. Oh, so something like they made a mistake. They should have included the entire expenditure, but they only included 50% of it. So that means actual expenditure would have been double of this. So like if I say, if this total is 100% right now and the expenditure here is 15%, the correct expenditure would have been 30% of this value. That means to correct the mistake, I should add 15% of this value here. So that means this will also become, from 100%, it will become 115% of the initial 1,080,000 euros. Fair enough. If a new pie chart is drawn to correct this mistake, we've already done that, while all the other values remain the same. Fair enough. Then what percentage of total sports expenditure of that year, that's what percent of 115% of this value, would be would be attributable to expenditure on badminton? Well, expenditure on badminton would be a grand 30% of 115%. So again, because they're just asking a percentage value, I don't really need to bother with this 1,080,000 euros. So 30% on 115%, 5 cancels off, you get a figure of 6 over 23. Had this been 6 over 24, our answer would have been 25%. Because it's 6 over 23, our answer should be greater than 25%, slightly greater. Now, we have 26% and 29%. You may feel that the answer could be 29% also, but those of you who've done a little bit of mathematics, done a little bit of calculations, would realize that 26% should be the answer. Of course, it always pays to remember reciprocals. 1 over 23 is 4.35%. So 6 over 23 would be 6 times 4, 24. and 6 times 0.35, that's 2.1, 26.10%. So you could actually accurately calculate the value very, very fast had you remembered 1 over 23. Anyway, whether you remember it or not, you can still calculate the answer really fast. It's 26%. That's about it. It was a rather easy question. I hope you could follow. If you have any problems, you can let us know in the comments below. Thank you. Have a great day.